This is Pastor Ray Frank, Syracuse Wesleyan Church. And today is Monday, September the 1st. August is long gone. Here we are. Well, it's Labor Day. And I trust you've had some sort of a holiday where you've had some extra time to spend with family and friends. You know, it used to be Labor Day was the day before school started. When I was a kid, the day school started the next day after Labor Day. Now, kids have been in school for a couple of weeks already. But I still kind of look at it as the dividing point between summer and the start of fall. Well, I decided I wanted to look back to see what I've talked about on Labor Day, because I've done 6 of them now. This is the 7th Labor Day Monday morning musing that I've done. And so I wanted to look back and say, what did I say about this? And to my surprise, I never mentioned Labor Day. I guess it just wasn't that big a deal to me. I always had something else to talk about. Well, I did a little research just, on the internet. And I know you can't believe everything you read on the internet, but as far as I know, this is true. This holiday was passed by the Congress legislation marking Labor Day a national holiday, and it was President Grover Cleveland who signed it into law in 1894. Now, it was intended to emphasize the labor movement and was seen as a way of winning favor politically with the growing labor unions. Well, okay, that's okay. But how does a Christian approach Labor Day? Well, so I decided, well, I'm going to look in my Bible software and see if the Bible has anything to say about work or labor. Well, guess what? I found out the word labor occurs 116 times in the New International Version of the Bible, and the word work occurs 524 times. I said, well, that's a little much to try to cram into, a 6-minute Monday morning musing. And, and some people see work, I have to work, as part of the curse. But at the very opening chapters of the Bible, God makes it clear that work is an opportunity to be productive, even before the fall. In Genesis 2:15, it says, the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. Now, I know the curse obviously had an impact on the work. Because of the curse of sin, after Adam and Eve disobeyed, gardening wasn't near as much fun as it used to be. They had to contend with weeds now. Can you imagine being able to garden and never have any weeds? That's what it was like. Well, and so the idea of work itself is not a curse. And I think it was God's design for us to find some meaningful work to do. It's built into our human psyche. Some of the happiest people I know are those who have found enjoyment in the work they do. I know sometimes we're forced into doing a job just because there's nothing else available, and we have bills to pay and our family to feed, and it's really a job that we don't enjoy. I can't really remember. I mean, there's been parts of every job probably I've ever had that wasn't all that enjoyable, but I think of all the different things I've done in my life, from driving trucks and being a farmer's helper and a construction worker and a pastor and an accountant and all the things I've tried to do. I kind of enjoyed them. I like different challenges. But folks, if you're stuck in one of those jobs where you just say, I hate this job, I can't hardly stand it, but even in those circumstances, we can still find things to be thankful for. I mean, number one, that God's given us an opportunity to make some money to help pay bills, to feed ourselves, feed our family, pay the bills. Folks, even if it's a job you hate, still look for things that you can find in that job to be thankful for. There's lots of opportunities to serve God. So if you don't love your job, find benefits from your job that you can be grateful for. Well, so God gave us this opportunity to work or to labor. I think that's part of his plan. But the scripture is also pretty clear that God also commanded us, actually, to take times of rest. That's why holidays are okay. Nothing. You don't feel spiritual by saying, oh, I worked through Labor Day. Well, if you had to work, if you're in a hospital or something, hey, I'm glad that somebody was there. If I had, broke my toe and had to go in and get it fixed, I know. But times of rest are also a gift given from God, as well as the opportunity to work and to labor. And I have this growing fear that far too many Christians ignore the biblical admonition to keep the Sabbath day holy and to rest in it. And we ignore it to our own detriment. We ignore that gift far too easily. Oh, but Pastor, that's being legalistic to talk about what you can do on Sunday and what you can't do. No. Maybe it's just an idea that God gave us this gift and we ought to re-examine it to say, am I accepting this and using it the way God intended for me to have a day of rest? Well, as someone who foolishly used to pride myself from working 100-hour weeks, I have often struggled to find a proper balance between work and rest. What has helped me the most in my old age now, and I certainly am glad to confess to you, it's been a long, long time since I've worked a 100-hour week. I hope I never do again. But what's helped me is to realize that God never gives us more than what we can do. Now, sometimes we try to do things that God doesn't intend for us to do. And we can waste time and call it work. My mentor and friend, Marion McKellips, used to admonish me, all you can do is all you can do. So somehow I've learned to relax and say, okay, God, what do you want me to do? What are you focused on? What do you want to use these hands, this mouth, this my eyes, this body for today? That's what I want to be doing. And I'll find enjoyment in my work, or at least the benefits of the work. And I'll learn to draw closer to Him. Well, so this is Labor Day. And I trust you're enjoying a day off with family and friends, but why not take a moment and thank God for both the gift of labor and rest? God bless you. Have a great week.